make sure you're subscribed to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It's your most Desmos. JerCrispy, look back in that video. How Duke Dennis went from $0 to a millionaire. See what's going on with this, man. I had put the like list and it got stopped to this point. But we all in a zero area. Got like a little cash just to make us through for the weeks and years. For this year and week. Like $0 area, how I'm putting it as like you got enough money to put on. You got enough money to give you some nice, good, decent shoes. Get you a nice, good meal for the week or a day or the whole entire year. You got meals for at least for a year, and you could pick you out some nice, decent clothes. Now that millionaire, boy, that's what's pretty much most of us want to be at. But you know, you got to work your way up. Work your way up, and it's gonna be lonely nights. A lot of loneliness, bro. Grind, effort, everything, man. You just got to put the hard work in every single day, bro. Be consistent. Be consistent. Consistently. After your craft, after your work, or anything you do as a person, be consistent. If you don't be consistent, then what is your reason of doing this? You saying, oh, I just make one video a day. That means you don't want it. That's how this other person want it, and this and that. I'm not gonna be all along with that topic, but just know we're gonna be we consistent over here. I'm gonna just shut up and I'm gonna just show y'all. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna be like, damn, that nigga in his bag. Watch. Y'all gonna see. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media is gonna pop on the screen. We're on the road to 500. Let's get it. Yeah.
Would you guys believe me if I told you Duke Dennis was completely broke and he grew up struggling in a poor household?
Sneakers back then. What was it like back then?
Yeah, I couldn't afford them.
Okay.
Sneakers back then. I had some nice, decent shoes. My people, I think my mom and dad was the first people to actually give me some Jordans. It was I don't know what Jordan number it was. I probably if I get a picture and see it, bro, then I could tell you what Jordan it is. But I know my dad was the first person to give me some Jordans. Cause Jordans. My mom and dad used to give us some Jordans and stuff like that.
I was actually wearing a lot of fake stuff.
His early life was so difficult, life was a constant struggle, fueling his determination to get out of the hood.
We from the hood, you know what I'm saying? We from a place that if you don't get out of here before you 18, you not gonna get out. D-Block is not a place that you wanna stay forever. So we wanted to get out the hood. I was looking around and I'm like, if I don't do something, I'm gonna end up exactly like everybody out here. And so I didn't want to do that.
When most people see Duke Dennis, they think of a funny, charming, influential, and authentic streamer.
Yeah. He said all the nice, good, wonderful things about Duke Dennis, man. If you don't hear none of that off of that, you talk about he mean, he's an ugly guy. I don't know what type of side you looking at Duke. You must made Duke mad as a bitch.
And YouTuber. But little do y'all know, Duke Dennis wasn't always like this. He was struggling, and life wasn't so easy for him. With the background he came from, statistically, he wasn't even supposed to make it. But even when life had him down, he kept on pushing. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you how Duke Dennis went from broke to rich. Now let's go way back to the beginning. Remember when I was saying the chances of Duke Dennis becoming rich and famous was super low? Yeah, it was difficult. Duke Dennis, also known as Dontavius Tony Dennis, was born in Greenville, South Carolina.
Boy.
On February 26, 1994, he was raised in a Christian single mother household until his stepfather became a part of his life. Duke's mother's name is Sherry, and his stepfather's name is Melvin.
Shout out to my steppops though, man. Like he been with my mama for like 20 plus years, so like he really been like the father figure to me and my brother, and I love you to death.
Duke doesn't really see his biological father, as the father left the family when Duke was young, and it seems like Duke has a sense of indifference towards his biological father. He doesn't love him nor hate him. He's just disappointed he wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying? If I could count, I probably done seen my real dad like 16, 17 times. I used to feel away growing up, but now life happened. I don't hold no grudge.
Duke actually forgives his biological dad, but Duke doesn't really care what's going on with him at this point.
And could really care less about what else he got going on.
Both Duke's biological mom and dad had 4 kids in total, with Duke being the middle child.
I'm the middle child, bro. Me, my brother, my sister, and my younger brother.
I'm basically the middle child too, because I got 2 older brothers too. So like, basically, I'm the oldest, and this like me, my brother, or my twin brother, and my 2 little brothers. My brother on my dad's side is the oldest 2 brothers. So I'm basically like a middle child in that point right there.
We all got the same mama, same daddy, like same last names. We grew up together.
Duke has an older sister named Kiva Dennis, an older brother named Ernest Dennis, and a younger brother named Darius Dennis. Funny enough, Duke and his older brother share the same birthday, and Duke's younger brother was actually supposed to be born on the same birth week. His younger brother was born 1 week before their birthday, and all of his siblings, including him, are 2 years apart, with his sister being the oldest sibling. Growing up, Duke always had an interest for nerdy things, such as gaming, anime, and all the other sorts.
Have I ever told y'all that I was a nerd?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Nerd 6, 7.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong being a nerd, son. Like that, cause we all got our nerd side. I feel like it's just like a feeling, like it's like a phase. I feel like it's a phase of being a nerd, bro. Like, I feel like middle school, and a little bit of 9th grade year, I was a nerd. I had to be a nerd. No, I was just a decent dude. I used to watch cartoons and used to watch a lot of cartoon parodies. I used to be anime wise. I used to be a little bit big on anime sometimes. Time like that, but where I really got in deep to the anime was like during like quarantine. That's when I got deep into anime, cause like, bro, I used to be like watching certain animes. Like the animes I used to watch, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and then I used to watch what else I used to watch? I used to watch My Hero Academia, and then that was like the 3 shows I used to watch. And Boondocks. I count Boondocks as a black thing. I count it. But like some people don't count it as a thing. Hold on, let me be right back, y'all. Damn. Stepping on the block. It just dropped off the bed. But yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd, but don't be too much of a nerd. You know, be yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with being yourself, but just be, you. If you a little nerd, you're still a little nerd. Some girls like little nerds. Shit. And I was like little nerds too. Like them a little smart dude.
In 8th grade and 9th grade, maybe.
So much so.
Yeah, like middle school and a little bit of my freshman year. Then after that, I just been doing me. Got in a couple fights in school, and won most of the majority of my fights. And that's it, man.
That he used to pretend to be a Naruto character and train in the woods with his friend.
Bro, I used to swear up and down that I lived in like the Naruto universe. Like a homemade kunai headband from Walmart, wearing it. I swear I was Sasuke. Me and my homeboy Terrence, Saturday morning, we used to go on S-rank missions. We used to go through the woods, real tuning his sound.
Bro even ran up trees to see his progress.
And I used to run and then you feel me, like jump back and a squirrel was floating in the air.
But in the fall of 2008, Duke Dennis was heading into high school in 9th grade. And unfortunately, he gave in to peer pressure and his environment forced him to act more street or hood.
Peer pressure, most dangerous thing in the world.
Because what he was doing wasn't really seen as cool to his peers. As one day when Duke was pretending to cosplay as Naruto with his friend, one of his neighborhood friends told him what he was doing was whack.
What got me out of it was one day I was in 9th grade. Me and my Terrence,
I think the only reason why I had fell apart, and I still do watch it, not now on a big anime, but when I was like, it really got me stopped watching it for a while. For like, I'll say like when the things was going, I wouldn't even say pre-pressure. I just said like the environment around me, bro, it was just like, okay, you can still watch anime, but don't put too much on yourself for watching and stuff, you know. And all that other and like, I say music really had got me like, different phase. I don't know, no, not no emo, no emo. Ain't nothing wrong with being a gangster. Ain't nothing wrong with being a gangster. Ain't nothing wrong. But I feel like everybody look gangster. Not gangster to kill nobody, but you gangster in your own way. You gangster not to let nobody mess with you or nothing like that. That's the type of gangster I'm talking about. You gangster for not letting nobody touch you or nothing like that. Play with you no type of way. That's the type of gangster everybody is. So
Dirt. We trained. I had two homeboys walking down the street. One name was Mike, and my cousin D, he died. You know what I'm saying? Long little D in the chat. They see me in Dirt training. I never forget it. They punish me, they clowning me. They like, stop doing that weird. Bro, like, come on, man, come chill, like, come chill with us. I kind of had like a split life. I was cool, but I was also lame, adoring.
And Mike and D proceeded to walk in the back door of a woman's house. I'm not even gonna explain. You guys probably know what happens next.
I watched them walk off, and they walked right into the back door of some house. I knew what they was doing. I wasn't getting females at the time. These the same age as me, and they over here getting. That's the last time I trained with Dirt.
You see that? At least I was not the only person back in middle school and a little bit of high school. I was not getting females like attention like that. Like, now, yeah, I'm getting that. Yeah, I'm getting it slowly, but it's gonna get there eventually. All the love, no females. They don't know me yet, but sooner or later they gonna know me down the line, and it's gonna be some crazy. It's gonna be crazy years when that happens.
And ever since then, Duke had the realization like, dang, maybe I am kinda lame. And that was the villain origin story of the King of Riz we know today. Now, Duke always had potential, but he wasn't the greatest at people telling him what to do. He always wanted to do his own thing, and that caused him to get a little bit of trouble in school.
How many times you got called to the principal's office in your life?
Well, I remember one year I had 16 for, I was in ISS, I almost said that. You know what ISS is? No.
ISS is in-school suspension. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck did Duke do to get that many in-school suspensions? Let me have him answer that question for you.
Everything.
You heard that right, everything. So Duke not really having an agreeable personality, his environment shaping him to act more hood, and the turmoil.
No, it'd be like that. I don't agree with dude saying he act hood. I feel like, and I don't even think it was peer pressure. I feel like once you hang around your bros and your bros ain't on the same thing that you on, bro, but you go watch anime, but watch anime by yourself. Watch anime by yourself. When my bros, man, it ain't like it's cold. It's like code switching. Like when you hang with your bros, you act different, but when you alone, like you doing all that other stuff. Like that's basically I am. Like I could code switch. Like on here, I could play a whole character on here, but on music, I'm a whole different ass nigga. And then I could, bro, and off cameras and off the music stuff, I'm just a regular guy. Just a regular guy trying to be me.
He faces with his biological dad not being in his life and a family without much money. Who can blame him? It all seemed like doom and gloom for Duke's life, but something special happened to Duke that turned his life around for the better. One day when Duke Dennis was in gym class in 10th grade, he had to play flag football for the first time ever with him and his schoolmates. And some of the kids from the football team in Duke's high school were a part of this game too. And to everybody's surprise, Duke was cooking. Bro was literally destroying the game and was the MVP at flag football. At some point after the game ended, the football coach of Duke's high school overheard the drama and wanted to recruit Duke to play football for the high school team for the remainder of his high school career. Now all was great. Duke was finally getting a shot at making his life better. Popularity, girls, respect, and even a potential scholarship to college if he locks in. But there was a problem. Duke's family couldn't afford the equipment to get him to start playing football. But the coach said, don't worry, I got you. The coach set Duke up with everything he could.
Wait. You had to buy equipment? Bro, when I was in high school, all that stuff was given to you. Like equipment and all that, they already had equipment and stuff. So you must was in a high school that needed money bad. Right. In a struggle type of high school. And it's all right. We all been in a struggle high school before. It was a point in the time that we had a high school. We had in school, I don't know what level it was, but they were struggling on some money. They was hitting a $2 freaking. I remember it was $5 free dress day for a whole week. I remember that shit, son.
Possibly need for football. It was now the year 2010 and Duke was officially a part of the football team in his high school. It was time to lock in. Even though Duke was a good player, the rest of his team wasn't really that great. So much so that Duke doesn't even remember winning a single game during his first season with the team. During the next season, Duke was a beast at offense and the team actually ended up winning 1 or 2 games. He would continue to play for his junior and senior year of high school, which is 11th and 12th grade, from the years 2010 to 2012. But Duke's overall destiny and legacy didn't lay in football. He was destined for something much greater to him and his personality. Towards the end of
Hold on. Don't forget basketball. He tried out for the basketball team. He was playing basketball too.
high school career, he made a promise to one of his friends that played football with him that if they couldn't figure out what else to do after high school, they would go straight to the army because they didn't want to be stuck in the hood. D Block, the environment was toxic for them.
We from the hood, you know what I'm saying? We from a place that if you don't get out of here before you 18, you not gonna get out. D Block is not a place that you want to stay forever.
It was now the summer of 2012, and young Duke Dennis, who was now 18 at this time, was getting ready to graduate Travelers Rest High School. By the grace of God, Duke Dennis ended up getting 3 scholarships from his football career and have his tuition paid for.
I had a couple offers to go to small colleges, you know what I'm saying, because I only played football for 2 years, you know what I'm saying. I wish I would have played all 4, but I only played 2 years, so I only had a couple offers from small people.
But guess what? He denied all 3 of them. And you might be wondering why. This is the dumbest thing you could ever do. You know how many people work their butts off just to get a scholarship to save money when they go to college? And some people can't even get scholarships, no matter how hard they try. But it was different for Duke. It wasn't about the money. It was about what his passion truly was and where his interest lied.
But honestly, I was done with football. I was tired of football. And I was tired of school. And I didn't want to play football even though I had offers. I had like 3 offers. D2 school. I didn't want to play football because it wasn't interesting.
Well, at least I'm not the only one that's saying, but I had some JUCO offers. JUCO, and I had a couple D2. A couple D2. I had 2 D2 schools. They were one in Chicago and one in Pennsylvania. They wanted me to come out of Pennsylvania, bro. Like that, but most of them was like, no, I have 8. Yeah, and I had like 2 D3. 2. One in I gotta remember what that was. That them D3s, bro. That was like far. They was pretty far. I think they was like far. They're like it was crazy, bro.
To me, I get bored quick.
Duke
But most of it
instead
was
said
JUCO,
that he
though.
would give his future child that opportunity and take his scholarship instead.
I can go to college for free, but that's just about it. And I don't even plan on going to college. I might give it to my son or whatever.
But Duke was still facing that dilemma of not really knowing what to do. And he wanted to get the heck out of the hood, man.
I was looking around and I'm like, if I don't do something, I'm gonna end up exactly like everybody out here. And so I didn't want to do this.
So Duke Dennis made his final decision, and his decision was to go to the army. It was now December 31st, 2012, and Duke Dennis was traveling to go to his first day in the army.
It was one of the saddest moments of my life, having to leave all my homeboys, all my brothers, you know what I'm saying, my mama especially.
As soon as Duke Dennis got on the army bus, he immediately regretted his decision.
As soon as I got on the bus, I knew I made a big mistake, but I had to stick with it for 4 years. I was like, man, I done made a bad decision.
A decision so bad, he called his mom, complaining to her about his situation while he was still on the bus. And he was even plotting ways to get out the military already.
This is my first day, and I'm already talking about getting kicked out, bro.
But Duke's mom was not having that.
My mama told me straight up. She said, stop being a bitch. My own mama told me this. Man up, do what you gotta do, and you'll be home in a couple months.
Duke listened to his mom and locked in, but he still wasn't entirely comfortable with the situation.
This was my first time being away from home. I had a bald head. I was cold. I was lonely. Who?
Oh God, son. Boy, them days, son. I ain't lying to you, and I ain't gonna say this, but I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. Say, if somehow, some way we do get far, and I know we will get far into this, bro, and y'all ask me and cut my dreads off, bro, I don't know, I might actually cry on stream. I might actually like that ass sit there and cry, bro, because
And be homesick.
Eventually, Duke came to terms with his situation and went to boot camp. In other words, basic training. After completing his basic training, he tried to contact his girlfriend at the time, only to find out that she cheated on him.
Oh, I called my girl, only to find out that she had cheated on me. And I was a little hurt, but I back.
It's great that Duke bounced back because the last thing he needed was to focus on a girl that never truly loved him. And this is his advice to anybody going to the military. Take it with a grain of salt though.
If you trying to go to the army and you got a girlfriend, bro, leave her at home before you go.
Even though that was a major setback for Duke mentally, and he said he healed from the situation, it would unfortunately get kinda worse from here for him. Out of all the places they could have stationed Duke, they sent him across the world straight to Germany.
Out of all the places, bro, to send me, bro, they sent me to Germany where I didn't know nobody, where I didn't even speak the same language, I didn't eat the same food, but they really did me dirty.
And it's not to say Germany is a bad place, but that's super far and way out the way from what he probably expected. When Duke was in Germany, Duke was tasked to do mostly administrative tasks at this time, but he was depressed, demotivated, and felt alone. He spent most of his time chilling in the barracks and hated people telling him what to do.
When I ended up staying in my room 24/7, not making no friends, not going to the club, doing nothing fun. Germany is actually a great place. I'm gonna go back one day.
But it still wasn't a place he wanted to be in, at least for that specific time period in his life. Even though Duke came to terms with his situation, he was still thinking of creative ways to get discharged and kicked out the military.
I was trying to find a way to get out of the army. I was thinking about smoking weed, cussing out a sergeant. I was thinking about doing it all, bro.
But after having a serious talk with his sergeant, Duke Dennis decided to seriously stick it out and continue his army contract. During Duke's time in the military, he enjoyed playing games on his PS4 like 2K as a pastime. But it was now the year 2016, and after playing 2K for a while, Duke Dennis wanted to create his own content on 2K and came up with plans to start a YouTube
and this
channel.
when the channel started right here. This one had an amazing channel. Go back.
Last time, but it was now the year 2016, and after playing 2K for a while, Duke Dennis wanted
And this was the beginning start of an amazing channel, man.
to create his own content on 2K and came up with plans to start a YouTube channel. He told one of his friends Davo about the idea, so Davo offered to give Duke his YouTube channel that he wasn't using.
He had a channel. He used to just upload music with the lyrics on. And I had a channel at first, but he had 3K subscribers and I had like 100. He was like, I don't use mine, so you could just have this just because how the numbers look. You already have 3K.
So Duke took Davo's old channel and deleted his own channel and started preparing to post his first batch of content. So that's why Duke's first channel says he joined February 15th, 2013, but he actually joined in 2016. 2013 to 2016 was the years Davo owned the channel and would post his content on it.
I didn't make my channel in 2013. I made my channel in 2016.
Now that Duke successfully had a pre-built YouTube channel with 3K subs already, he had to come up with a name for himself. So he ended up with the name Duke Dennis, a name he was given by his aunt since childhood.
I know my aunt gave it to me, but I never really like asked like why.
Even till this day, Duke doesn't know what his name means, but the name does have a little ring to it.
It flow good.
After locking in his username, Duke Dennis uploaded his first ever YouTube video on October 29th, 2016, titled NBA 2K17 Drop 19 on Superstar Head. Best jump shot in NBA 2K17.
Yo, Toe, what's good, dog? This is your boy Duke. Y'all don't even know me yet, but y'all go.
Sad, man. I wish I still didn't. I ain't delete them old videos. Saying I would, bro. Y'all would have heard my old voice, bro.
And you guys heard that right. Even though at that time that video barely got 100 views, Duke knew he was destined for greatness. Duke would upload 2 more videos after this, but there wasn't really much traction going on. His videos weren't being showed on suggested, browse, or even search, which are the top 3 traffic sources that YouTube videos typically get their views from. It wasn't until Duke uploaded his 4th video on December 28th, 2016, that things started to take off for him. This video was titled NBA 2K17 My Park in Real Life Part 2, and it got over 400,000 views, which is super rare in YouTube. Most people make hundreds of videos before they blow up, but Duke did it on his 4th video. Now what Duke did was super smart. He took advantage of a trend that was going on at the time, where people would reenact the gameplay animations of 2K characters, and people love to make fun of the dumb things that would happen in NBA 2K, and that was the synopsis of Duke's video. He went went to the gym with a couple of friends and reenacted the animations of 2K17. People loved it, they thought it was funny, and Duke's personality really shined. That was Duke's golden ticket, so he saw that as a sign to be more consistent with YouTube and putting more of his in real life personality in his content. His main content was playing NBA 2K17 My Park.
When I found out about YouTube, I would wake up at 4 in the morning, go to work, get off at 5 in the afternoon. At 6 in the afternoon, I would stream from 6 to like 1, 2 in the morning, depending on the day. And then I would wake up again at 4:30 and do it all over again. I was grinding, I was streaming, I was doing 2K17 with me and Davo. We going on 60, 70 game win streaks every weekend.
Duke was uploading and streaming a couple times a month, and with all the hard work he was putting in, his channel was growing like crazy. At this point of time, he was averaging around 30 viewers on his Twitch and YouTube streams, which is amazing for somebody that just started off. But even though everything was going well for Duke, for a weird short period, he stopped uploading content. He didn't return until March 27th, 2017 with a video titled Army Vlog, What I Do Daily. I don't live with my mom. This video was an explanation to his audience as to why he stopped uploading, and the reason was because he was in the US Army at the time. The rest of the video showcases his daily life in the Army. After this video was uploaded, I guess Duke got the motivation to start posting more on his channel. Mostly content about how to be a better stretch big in 2K.
Same, bro. What we used to do back in the day, sir. The freaking TikToks, not no TikTok, the Musical.ly. You know, TikTok was really Musical.ly before it turned to TikTok. Like Musical.ly really like, that's what it is, but TikTok sounds so like better and advanced with it, you know?
17 and other forms of 2K17 content. And once Duke started seeing traction with his YouTube videos, he decided to take the ultimate decision and leave the army after 4 years in 2017. This is so he could focus on his passion with becoming a content creator.
The army wasn't for me because I don't like being told what to do. Being told when to eat, sleep, when to go to work. I don't like running in the cold with some booty shorts on. It's just not for me, bro. I just had bigger plans for myself. And when I got out of the army, it was the best feeling of my life. It felt like I got out of jail or something. At the end of the day, it made me who I am today. It made me be on time for everything. It made me have discipline. It taught me a lot.
After leaving the army, everything was looking up for Duke. He had his free time back and a YouTube channel he was really passionate about growing. And a big part of growing a brand is being smart with your money. And that's where something like Cooper comes in. You ever hit the checkout when you're shopping for something? That's or even your bank.
Come on, bro.
Threatened to come, was living with his mother now, but an associate that Duke's mother made around that time threatened to come by and shoot their place up. So Duke's mom couldn't sleep at night knowing that anybody can just walk in and do something like that.
I went back to my mama's house, and then my mama used to stay on top of this hill in his house. And then I quit YouTube, but my mama had to move because the company she used to bring up there, this one dude, he came up there, some niggas had came up there and they was looking for him. And if we come back up here and he up here, we gonna shoot the bitch up. So my mom was like, I can't sleep good at night knowing that somebody could potentially shoot it up.
So Duke and his family had to move to a 2-bedroom trailer.
And we moved into this trailer. It was a 2-bedroom, but I didn't have a room. My brother had a room. I was sleeping on the couch.
At this point, hopefully the drama was over for the family. But as you heard Duke earlier, he quit YouTube at this time, and he ended up getting a warehouse job to get a stable income.
I ain't have no money, so I just tried to get a regular job.
It was a 12 to 12 graveyard shift, and I'm assuming this is 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. So while everybody was sleeping, Duke was working.
My first regular job ever. I'm working 12 to 12 graveyard shift.
That's insane, but that goes to show you the length people have to go through just to make ends meet. But young Duke Dennis only worked that job for 29 days. The reason why he was there for such a short time period was because he almost fell into a plastic making machine.
I almost fell into the plastic making machine. I was tired, I didn't get no sleep the previous night, so I was working from 12 to 12. So I came to work at 12 and I was up 2-3 hours, and I almost fell asleep in front of the machine, and I woke up pretty much catching myself, and the plastic maker roller, it was just rolling in my face while I'm sitting here man. Damn. So I just walked out. I walked home.
So Duke quit the job, and that was enough motivation for him to get back to his content creation grind. But there was another problem. There were only 2 bedrooms in the trailer his family lived in, so he had to use his brother's room for his gaming setup for his YouTube channel.
My brother used to let me put my setup in his room, and this why I was making all my videos there.
Duke Dennis and his brother had to alternate who would sleep on the couch when Duke was creating content.
My brother, he used to sleep on the couch when, I was in there, and I used to sleep on the couch when he was in there.
With Duke now having a proper content content creation setup, he locked in and started posting content like crazy.
I'm doing YouTube, and goddamn, out of nowhere, my YouTube started going crazy.
Duke Dennis's videos were averaging 20,000 views consistently while he was playing 2K17, which is extremely insane considering how new Duke was to the content creation scene.
It went from like 2K views, 1K views to like 15, 30. You know what I'm saying? All in the trailer.
And on May 24th, 2017, Duke Dennis surpassed 20,000 subscribers. This was more than an aspiration at this point. Duke knew he had something special going on, so he continued to lock in and do this full time. When NBA 2K came out, Duke was much more consistent on YouTube, posting content on that game for the rest of the year. There's this thing on YouTube called average view duration and watch time. Average view duration measures the percentage of how many people watched your video.
You know that's
is the number of hours people spent on your video. So the higher your view duration, the higher your watch time. YouTube wants people to stay on their platform and watch more videos. So your video has to be entertaining to get that high viewer duration and watch time. Have you guys ever watched a YouTuber or a streamer, sat down and thought, why do people watch this guy? He's so boring. Well, Duke's personality and style of content was the complete opposite of that. To maintain his viewers' attention, he would have really good energy, he was funny, and he was also really good at the game. Some people could even say Duke Dennis had the best personality in the 2K community at the time, but I don't know if that's a controversial statement or not. I'll leave that opinion up to you. NBA 2K18 was one of the most hated 2K games at the time,
and I ain't lying to you. 2K18, I feel like 2K18 was low key the at least about top 5 goodest 2K hands down. Y'all know I started 2K at 2K16. I started 2K at 2K16. Well, that's when I started 2K. I got 2K16 as number 1. Then I got 2K19 as 2, 2K17 as 3. Then I got we could go ahead and put 2K22. 2K22 was actually slapping. I ain't lying to you. But I got 2K18 as number 5. Like that is.
Led to a lot of people
quitting the game. Because the only reason why the future 2Ks is not on the list, bro, they just on the top 10, bro, because they just changed the jump shot. Like one of them 2Ks, I forgot what 2K they was. They changed the jump shot, and everybody had to like learn how to use a jump shot and stuff like that all over again.
Not making content on it. Even though 2K18 didn't have that big of an audience, that meant less competition for the creators that would make content on it. And Duke was rubbing his hands. He took full advantage of that. By January 6, 2018, Duke Dennis surpassed his 60,000 subscriber mark, completely blowing past 30, 40, and even 50K subscribers. Damn. At this point, I'm sure you guys know what was coming on the way.
100K is on the way. We're gonna get it one day.
His channel was completely blowing up. When Duke Dennis received his first YouTube check, it was $4,000. And guess what he did with that money?
I gave my brother $1,000, and then I gave my mama $1,000, and I kept the $2,000 for myself to get a setup. This is all in the trailer, right? All right, so then I bought me a setup and 2 monitors, and then my video quality got way better.
Duke's videos were now averaging over 50,000 views, and then even occasionally 100,000. And speaking about views, Duke Dennis's most viewed YouTube video has over 9 million views. YouTube's got this thing called CPM and RPM, which means cost per mil and revenue per mil. CPM is how much money advertisers are willing to pay for your content per 1,000 views. YouTube takes a 45% cut, which turns into RPM, which is how much you get paid per 1,000 views. Duke Dennis makes entertainment content, which has an average CPM of $2.74. With YouTube's 45% cut, his RPM would be $1.51. Now that I just gave you that info, I'll leave you guys to do the math as to how much Duke Dennis made off that one video. If you can't do it yourself, don't worry. I explain it later on in the video, so keep watching. Duke Dennis was still using the stretch big build in 2K 2018, which really made him stand out because
I think hold on. In a minute before we go on farther to 2K. Let's be real. The real reason why 2K never wanted to use big man strict build because of Duke Dennis and Soul Illuminati, bro. After they, bro, because the big man we all had a big man. I had a big man at one point. I took the video from Duke. I mixed it up with Duke and Soul Illuminati. I mixed my player with those niggas, and I got my nigga was shooting half courts and shit like that. My nigga was going dumb. Man, no, I'm for real. My guy was going crazy, crossing niggas, dunk on the nigga,
He
bro.
was a good player, and most other creators at the time were using point guard builds. A lot of Duke Dennis's videos didn't have much editing. It was his personality that really let him shine. On January 27th, 2018, Duke Dennis uploaded a YouTube video titled 99 Overalls, NBA 2K My Park in Real Life, All Gold Clothes LMAO, Jump Shot Animations. That's a long title, bro. But this video got over 800,000 views. This was super similar to his NBA 2K17 in real life video, which got a lot of support and views. And even a lot of Duke's IRL basketball content was getting views as well. Duke Dennis was better than a lot of NBA 2K YouTubers in basketball, and he was also super athletic, with him posting videos of him doing crazy backflips in his early uploads on YouTube. After over a year of grinding, on March 2nd, 2018, he went live on YouTube, and Duke Dennis would surpass over 100,000 subscribers.
Yo,
Damn.
that's 100, bro. It don't really feel real right now, bro. You know how many digits that is, bro? First shout out go out to God, bro. Without him, I ain't got no, you know what I'm saying, no nothing.
Duke Dennis being able to grow with 2K18, the most hated 2K ever, says a lot about his work ethic and how entertaining his content was. By the way, if you guys want to learn about how to become a YouTuber or streamer or any type of content creator, I just released my first book that teaches you how to do so. This took me 2.5 months to make, so I would appreciate it if you guys checked it out. And if you're super serious about it, you can buy the book. The link is in the description, and I cover everything from how to start your channel, content.
Hey, I mean that'd be help, but in general, you know, you could do that and take his little advice. Just know what you're doing. If I really wanted to get advice, because sooner or later we will get to the top. Sooner or later we will. Be consistent. Work at your pace. Work at your pace. Drop videos, even though if it's not showing that much love, like two views, 3 views, a couple of views, and on it. So what? Just keep dropping, man. Just keep dropping videos every single day till you can't drop no more. You gotta have a nice, good, crazy mentality to just drop.
Strategy and blowing up your social media profile, what topics to create, and how to make money. And trust me, my insight is valid because I've helped a bunch of other creators and companies you might know grow their YouTube channels, social media profiles, and their streaming careers to hundreds of thousands to even millions of subscribers and followers. And I've built my own personal YouTube channel to 300,000 subscribers prior to posting on this Kayama channel. And this channel is even more proof that I can do it again. Anyways, I want to be transparent with you guys, as ultimately my goal with this channel is to help anybody out that wants to become a creator or make some money. I appreciate you listening. Now that Duke Dennis has reached over 100,000 subscribers, his next goal was that big million. At this point in time, Duke was blowing past milestones, passing 200,000 subscribers on October 14th, 2018, and his notoriety on YouTube allowing him to get invited to special events and make more connections. Towards the end of 2018, Duke Dennis went to an event with Phantom, Agent 00, and I'm Davis. These guys were all primarily 2K content creators at the time, and little did they know they were onto something great because they would start a collective and YouTube group very soon. After this event, Duke would get another $4,000 check from YouTube. He quickly used that money to move out and get his first apartment, and then guess what Duke did next?
Then I moved my mama out of the trailer into a decent apartment, just for the time being.
And Duke continued to grind with 2K19, averaging over 100,000 views with each video now, so he was able to move his mom out of that apartment and got her a decent sized house to live in with the revenue he was making from his channel. Now you must be thinking, wow, this dude is doing so much for his mom. What a great son. But that's not the end of it. Duke was planning something bigger for her.
My mama don't know this. I'm planning on buying her a bigger house, like a house that she gonna grow old in.
This is one of the catalysts that fueled Duke to keep up the grind and go harder with his content. He was getting better gear, making better thumbnails to increase his CTR on YouTube. If you don't know what CTR is, it means click-through rate, and it's usually represented by a percentage on your YouTube analytics. Now that percentage is calculated by the amount of people that saw your thumbnail on YouTube and actually clicked it. So if you were to have a 6% CTR, that would mean out of 100 people that saw your thumbnail, 6 people clicked on it, which is actually a good good percentage. On average, most people get a 4 to 5% CTR, but depending on the size of your channel and your niche, that can vary greatly, so I can't give you a picture-perfect excellent CTR to strive for. You just have to see what works for your channel. But back to my point, Duke was just making better and more entertaining videos overall. Duke Dennis even did a thing a lot of creators wouldn't even bother to touch because it's so stressful. Daily uploading. Duke barely missed a day, which is super impressive because daily uploading in itself is very mental.
Like, throughout this year, I think I only missed at least one day of uploading, and I always make that up for y'all. Y'all know I always could make that up for y'all. If I don't miss a day or two, at best it was 1 or 2 days, and I always make that up for y'all with big portion of videos. Y'all know that.
Tasking. On top of that, he had to daily upload over 10-minute videos, which would probably take up more time for him to edit. That just goes to show you Duke's pure and raw work ethic. With that being said, on January 8th, 2019, Duke Dennis blew past 300,000 subscribers. Duke was still posting content on NBA 2K19, primarily about tutorials on how to make the best stretch big build and other videos similar. A lot of these videos and tutorials are getting over 150,000 views now, and Duke would make frequent collabs with NBA YouTubers like I'm Davis and Lamonsta, and Duke would also stream on YouTube from time to time, mostly for subscriber milestones, as he would keep most of his streaming on Twitch. Duke would then breeze through 400,000 subscribers on February 25th, 2019, and on April 22nd, 2019, Duke would reach 500,000 subscribers, halfway to the 1 million subscriber mark.
And we just hit that big boy 500K in the mother chat. Let's get right into it. Hey man, hold on real quick.
On May 14th, 2019, Duke Dennis uploaded a video titled Duke Dennis 99 Overall Montage from 60 overall to 99 overall, where he put all the clips to his road to 99 overall in 2K19, and this video got over 1.7 million views. This video and other content helped propel Duke Dennis's channel to reach 600,000 subscribers on June 25th, 2019, and eventually 700,000 subscribers after that on August 26th.
Yo, when he started his vlog channel, like the vlog, and you know, we know with the live channel, you know how he started the live channel, but when did he start that vlog channel though?
2019, when 2K19 was ending soon, and this had to be one of Duke Dennis's most successful years on YouTube. But Duke Dennis would continue with success when NBA 2K20 came out with the same type of content.
Oh yeah, 2K20 was definitely hands down. I forgot 2K20. I take 2K22 off of number 3. Give me that 2K20, bro. Dead ass. That was actually a good ass year. Playing with the bros, bro. Watching Flight react with that comeback 3, bro. Oh my god, bro. Bro, that was during quarantine, I think too, bro. That was had to be quarantine. No, that had to be quarantine, because that year after that we had got that 21 with Damian Lillard during quarantine. Yes.
Videos, jump shot videos, and other forms of 2K content. Duke Dennis uploaded a Kevin Durant build video at the beginning of 2K20, and this video got over 1.9 million views. At this point, Duke Dennis was one of the biggest 2K content creators at this time. His titles, thumbnails, and content are getting much better, and Duke Dennis is easily averaging over 250,000 views now. NBA 2K20 was super popular due to the pandemic at the time, and it seemed like every popular 2K YouTuber around this time period was getting great viewership during the spring and summer of 2K20. Towards the end of 2K20, Duke Dennis was now averaging over 600,000 views on his YouTube videos. And on April 16th, 2020, Duke Dennis would hit 1 million subscribers.
Real talk, I don't supposed to be right. Y'all changing all our life right now. All I can say is, boy, we're gonna keep going crazy.
All those years of grinding finally paid off for Duke. He was now one of the most respected creators in the NBA 2K community. But this was only the beginning. Duke's career and influence would completely explode after this. But with everything good comes something bad. Unfortunately for Duke, his NBA 2K channel wouldn't grow as much after this, mainly due to the fact that NBA 2K21 and NBA 2K22 wouldn't be as popular as NBA 2K20, and both the games' audience size would reflect that very clearly. Since the Xbox One and PS5 came out during the release of 2K21, the developers had to make 2 separate versions of the game, one for the new gen consoles and another for the older generation consoles. Now you must be thinking, I mean,
and I feel like that's That's what they fucked up right there, bro. When they was trying to put that new the next gen to the kind, bro, they messed that whole thing up, and that's why 2K was flopping.
It's not that bad of a deal, right? Nah, it was actually pretty bad. It completely divided the 2K community, and the game didn't flourish as well as it should have. People were disappointed with these versions of 2K, including Duke Dennis. He wasn't doing daily uploads like he used to do, and instead he would upload once a week and sometimes even less than that. So instead, Duke started an IRL vlog channel called Duke Dennis and rebranded his NBA 2K channel to Duke Dennis Gaming on April 30th, 2020, with most of the earlier videos being reactions and vlogs. This channel hit over 100,000 subscribers in a week and over 1 million subscribers within month, with Duke funneling his older audience from his other channel onto this channel. And this was honestly a genius transition. It's very hard for gaming content creators to pivot to IRL content because their old audience might not be interested in the new content that they're making. But Duke Dennis did it seamlessly. Also at this time, Duke was also a member of the new YouTube group called AMP, which stands for Any Means Possible. It was formed earlier in 2019 as a non-official group, but later their YouTube channel was created on January 24th, 2020 to solidify the branding. They all live in the same house called the AMP house, and the official roster included Duke Dennis, Kai Cenat, Phantom, Agent 00, Chris Next Door, and I'm Davis.
It was quarantine and we was linking up once a month to film videos.
AMP was a huge catalyst to Duke's growth as well, as him appearing in those videos would bring in a new audience to understand and see who Duke was that probably wouldn't know him if they never watched the AMP channel. This also significantly helped out the other members of AMP, as it had the same effect on them as well. With the success of AMP and consistent uploads from his personal channels, this brought Duke to new heights and his career was exploding like crazy. This was the pivotal point in Duke's career when he started to gain mainstream success and was recognized much more often in public. But this wasn't enough for Duke. He still had a bunch of tricks up his sleeve. So on July 7th, 2021, Duke launched his stream highlights channel called Duke Dennis Live, which showcases the best moments and clips of Duke's live streams from his Twitch account. Duke was really on that Twitch grind at this time period, with regular streams
okay, so I wanted to know when he did his vlog. He did it in 2020. Cool. Because I just did my vlog, 2 years ago? A year? Or, I don't even know. I think I did it this year. It had to be this year I made that vlog channel. It's either this year or last year I made that vlog channel.
Twitch rather than occasional, and he surpassed over 300,000 Twitch followers around the same time he launched a YouTube channel for his Twitch highlights, which was genius because not everybody watches Twitch live streams, so people would come to Duke's YouTube channel to see the best moments, which means more reach to Duke from an audience that wouldn't normally watch his Twitch account. Now at this point of time, Duke doesn't really post much on his original NBA 2K channel due to his focus shifting on his other content formats, businesses, and different channels. Another content strategy that Duke really honed in on was clip farming. If you don't know what clip farming is, it's essentially the practice of taking a long form piece of content such as a live stream or long YouTube video and getting the most funny, hilarious, or even controversial or educational highlights, usually under 1 minute long, and spam posting it on short form social media such as TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. If one of those clips or multiple clips manage to go viral, it then turns to a traffic funnel where people go and check out your other social media pages and possibly follow you so that your influence can grow. Now, one advantage Duke had was that he had a fan base already, so he didn't really have to go out his way and post these clips. His audience would do it for him. It was essentially a positive feedback loop. Duke Dennis would also mention how at the beginning of his Twitch arbitrage, he would react to Kai Cenat, iShowSpeed, and other major streamers and post his clips on social media so that his content would be associated with them and recommended to the target audience that like watching their content, which was obviously the target audience Duke was reaching for, because his philosophy was you never want people to think you're below their favorite streamer. You want to seem like you're on the same level as them so that when your clips blow up, you're now expanding your peak as a creator to the audience size of the biggest streamers at the time. Duke has been so successful with his strategies and overall career as a creator, but the funny thing is his parents and older relatives still don't really know what he does.
My mama didn't even know she still don't know what to call it. She thought I just like play games. They just say I'm on the internet. He be on the internet.
Which goes to show you how relatively new being a creator still is, because there's still a disconnect from the older generations. And speaking about the older generations, you guys
my people know what I do, and they just like they don't even give a fuck about it. They just say back in the lawns and make him happy.
Guys, remember that time Duke said that he was gonna get his mom a bigger house earlier on in this video?
My mama don't know that I'm planning on buying her a bigger house. Like a house that she gonna grow old in.
Well, Duke kept his promise. On December 26, 2021, Duke Dennis uploaded a video titled "I Bought My Mama a House," showcasing that he bought his mom a really nice single-family home.
If it weren't for y'all, I wouldn't even be in this little position right here. And I know that. Well, we appreciate that, boy. But we appreciate y'all, boys. I forgot to show y'all my brother room too, but this day's personal space, you know what I'm saying? This day area. I ain't trying to invade nobody's personal space. And mama finally done got done cooking, boy. I'm finna go cook.
What an inspiration, man. As Duke was getting more satisfied with his career, his satisfaction with his biological dad was almost there. At some point, Duke's older brother, Ernest Dennis, and his biological dad were in jail together, so both family members spoke to each other about their differences and why Duke's biological dad left his family when they were so young. And it seemed like they managed to patch things up somewhat.
And at the end of the day, like, it's two sides to every story, bro. You really never know both.
Now, Duke's older brother has been released from jail after almost 10 years, so it was good for Duke to get that sense of closure with his biological dad and to finally be reunited with his older brother after almost 10 years. With the truth about his past now in the open and the relationship with his family getting better, Duke was free to focus on his own journey. His brand and overall community began to evolve even more. Duke Dennis was quickly crowned the Riz God.
What does the word Riz mean?
Riz is just another word for having game.
A title he leaned into with a mix of charisma and humor that his audience loved. And plus, he always got the girls without trying. It was just like a freaking superpower, bro. Just watch his vlogs, you'll understand what I mean. Another running joke with his audience that helped strengthen his community was people calling him old. Because he's the oldest person in AMP, people joke that he's an old head that was born in 1865 or something. But honestly, that's what makes Duke's story so legendary. A lot of people don't know that his journey to becoming a creator started way back when he was in the military. And on October 8th, 2024, almost a decade later after his service, he went back to Germany for the first time. It was a trip that was more than just a vlog. It was a return to where his real story began.
Hey, look, I'm back in Germany for the first time since 2015. So it's almost 15 years. Last time I was here, I was stationed in the army. I was in the army, so...
It was clear that Duke was enjoying every moment of his trip, and things couldn't have looked better on the outside. However, behind the scenes, every legend has their share of controversy. For Duke, his public life was about to take a sharp turn, as 2025 made him face his biggest challenges yet. Although Duke was a successful creator with over 2.6 million followers on Twitch and a combined over 4 million subscribers on his YouTube channels, he got hit with a little bit of controversy. In mid-2025, a bizarre viral rumor went around claiming that Duke had 8 children. He quickly went on stream to deny the wild.
Sam, what the fuck, say? Yeah. Y'all love breaking this shit up, Sam. Let that nigga be, saying that nigga got kids, he got kids. If he don't, he don't, bro. Let that nigga go.
Claim, emphasizing that he wants to keep details about his personal life and relationships private. But in a twist of irony, in August 2025, Duke Dennis found himself in a very public situation when he and AMP were arrested at a closed mall for playing a game of hide and seek, possibly for a YouTube video or stream they were recording. He was charged with criminal trespassing and evading arrest, and then posted a $1,000 bond the following day. Duke Dennis's only reply to this situation was an Instagram story joking that he was officially on vacation, but he also went on stream to clear some things up.
The whole thing was just a bit misunderstanding, miscommunication.
But despite these headlines and viral moments, Duke Dennis was a businessman first, and he never stopped building his empire. He proved that viral controversies are just bumps in the road on the way to long-term success. His journey as an entrepreneur began to really take off as he launched and invested in a range of ventures. This included his D-Block clothing brand, in which he started in 2020, that showcases streetwear apparel like hoodies and tees. Fans immediately embraced his style, turning the merchandise into a key part of his income.
Yo, I still didn't cop me one. I'm still mad. Yo, Duke, if you watching this, man, hey, go resell them shits real quick so I can go ahead and buy me one for this Christmas. Fuck it, I'll wear it throughout the videos. Man, hey, y'all go tag Duke, tell that nigga restock them bitches so we can go ahead and buy them bitches for the niggas who ain't get it. No, I'm not the only one.
And brand identity. As one of the co-founders of the AMP Collective, Duke turbocharged that growth, leveraging strategic partnerships for the entire group. In 2024, they teamed up with Bang Energy and other brands related, with each member becoming an ambassador, on top of each member owning possibly a revenue share of the AMP brand itself. And just a year later, in February 2025, AMP launched their own skincare brand called Tone, which began selling at Target in July 2025, with Duke Dennis being one of the co-owners of the brand.
So this is Tone. Wow, y'all.
Wow.
Honestly, the top comment we keep getting is people saying they want to smell like Duke, but it is good though. Deodorants, lotions, and lip balms.
Duke's favorite scent out of the whole collection is Woodland, but Duke's entrepreneur spirit didn't stop there. Duke also began to strategically invest in real estate so that he could build passive wealth and expand his portfolio beyond his digital income. This was followed by collaborations with gaming companies, fashion brands like True Religion, and other expansions to his—
I ain't lying to you. Oh, they go look at Bay. Anyways, but if we get a True Religion deal, I ain't lying to you. Shit, you gonna see me rocking True Religion in music videos, shows, and all that other shit, bro. And I'm gonna say shout out to True Religion. Watch, all right. I want to get, if I do get branded something like a favorite candy spot, it gotta be Skittles, man. Skittles. I don't care that cat say taste the rainbows. Them rainbows do be tasting good.
Influence, helping him solidify his transformation from a content creator into a full-fledged entrepreneur. We're now nearing the end of 2025, and Duke Dennis has a combined total of 7 million subscribers off of all 3 of his YouTube channels, with an average of 1 to 3 million views per video on his main channel, over 6.8 million on TikTok, over 5.2 million on Instagram, and over 865K on X, aka Twitter. All this wasn't possible without Duke Dennis's drive and supportive family and friends around him. Having a good and supportive family and friends is a game changer in your success in life. It's not to say that it's impossible if you don't have a good and supportive family unit or friends, but it definitely makes it easier. And as his influence grew, it became clear that his impact went far beyond just the numbers. But Duke Dennis's success was way beyond just business. His influence stretched far past streaming and gaming, turning him into a legitimate force in pop culture. He started by simply doing what came naturally, and the internet took notice. His slang and catchphrases became viral trends, his outfits became cultural trademarks, and he helped make the AMP house lifestyle a core YouTube phenomenon. Duke Dennis has done crossovers with celebrities and rappers,
I'm not gonna say that. Just know, fuck that boy.
solidifying his public profile, and even the NBA took notice, featuring him in promotional events and all-star content. Duke Dennis even got—
I ain't lying to you. This is like the top 3 like shoe brand, like no 4. I mean the shoe brands they got out there, like they got plenty of shoe brands. This is like top 3 at best. I got Jordan as number 1. Obviously, if I get a shoe brand from them and like get a partial, a little bit of something, I got Nike as 2 and Converse or Adidas. They gotta be Converse or Adidas. Sign me. Whoever sign me and pick me up, oh yeah. We're gonna be looking and chilling and riding and wrong. Fresh and clean.
multiple awards. In 2023, he was nominated for a Streamy Award in the sports category. And in 2024, Rolling Stone listed him among the top 25 most influential creators, ranking him in top 5. This real-world fame brought a level of stardom that few creators ever achieved. Duke Dennis's public appearances drawing such massive crowds that he
Oh God, this chick, bro. When we watched about this chick, bro. That chick wanna
needs heavy security to stay safe. But ultimately, Duke didn't just grow an audience. He inspired a generation of creators. His content style, humor, and confidence proved that building a personal brand is all about being relatable, authentic, and funny. He showed all of us that you could amass millions of followers and still be one of the most charismatic figures in the game by just being yourself. Duke Dennis is one of the most successful creators in the industry, all at the young age of 31, soon to be 32. And he came a long way.
Anyways, bro, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow social media, pop on the screen. We're on the road to 500, and I'm out.